I felt judged. I felt a lot of shame. And I wasn't the healthy person that most people knew of me to be. And so you could tell that I wasn't that well physically. And I remember going to school those days and people would ask me how I was. And I would tell them, I'm not great. Things are so hard. Like, there's no cure for this. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm feeling shit today. And I would just constantly recycle and, rehearse how bad I was feeling. But I felt like I had to. I felt like I needed to let them know the reasons why I wasn't the way I was. And a crazy thing happened. One of my teachers, Georgia Pavlo, big shout out to Mrs. Pavlo, she said to me one day, she said, "Toby, attitude makes altitude. And you really do need to, keep focusing on a good attitude." She was so nice though. She was the loveliest teacher. And then another teacher said to me, you got to work on visualization and positive thinking and all that kind of stuff. And at the time, I didn't really understand what they were talking about. And by the way, I'm not saying that positive thinking will cure you, but I think positive thinking actually isn't helpful at all. Pretending that you're fine when you're not fine isn't good, but there is something about mental rehearsal that can be so powerful, and you're going to learn exactly why in a moment. So, like I said, I was going to school on those days. I was feeling like I had to really, explain my situation and share how bad I was feeling. And of course, that didn't feel good. I felt the same, if not worse, every time I did it. There's like this heaviness to it. Anyway, at the time I was working on my recovery, I was very dedicated, I was very committed, and I was reading personal development books. And one of the things I learned was about mental rehearsal. What we focus on grows, so to speak. And so, strangely enough, I remember going to school the next week, and I remember, because everyone would ask how you are, because you'd barely be there, right? So when you are there, they're like, "How are you? Like, what's going on?" And this time I felt different. I walked into school and this kid came up to me and goes, "How you feeling, Tobes? You feeling good?" And I was like, "Yeah, like I'm getting there. I'm working on my recovery, and slowly but surely I'll get there." And that was it. No explaining, no shame, no guilt. Just I'm working on my recovery and I'm slowly getting there. And what happened was there was just a sense of lightness. It wasn't so drudgy and heavy. The craziest thing over the next couple of months, I just kept doing the same thing. And so my energy and attention focused way less on my suffering and how bad I was and how I was feeling in the moment, to really projecting towards the future and what I was moving towards.